from Hyderabad, Sukanya from Assam, Maharashtra, Hyderabad from Andhra Pradesh. Awesome. So previously we had this offline event in Chennai. So we had it in IIT Madras. So where we talked about a lot of things. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, audible.
Awesome. Just give me a second. Some of them are facing issues joining. Give me a second. Super. Murthy working as robotic trainer. अच्छा आपको तो नहीं अच्छा awesome done. So we'll start with an icebreaker session. Okay, so we'll be having certain questions. So I want you people to answer those questions in the chat bot. Sharing my screen. Okay, so the important agenda of this meeting is to make sure we build a world-class technology as a community. See, we are the highest number of population who are technically using internet right now across the world, and to create an awareness about robotics. So there's a lot of myth about these jugaad things and science things which is getting trending in the social media channels. So we are going to talk about how those are not validated to become a product, and then we'll talk about how exactly is a product roadmap to build. So whatever projects you are doing, it has to be converted into a minimum viable prototype, and it has to get some pilot orders, and it has to convert into a product. So that is how you will be designing certain things. From my perspective, we are not even designing the TV remotes which we are using at our houses. So that is the kind of exposure which we are having right now. Okay. So this is our vision mission, and importance of this exposure is going to be you'll be getting a lot of information and you'll be getting a lot of insights. So okay, that is the most important activity for the next 2 hours. So the first session is the icebreaker session. Okay. So this is going to be a time traveling challenge, and just imagine you have the superpower to go to your past, say like 10 years back or 15 years back, and you can say or ask something from your past self. No? What would that be? Okay, you have to go back in time and say something to your past self so that your future is enhanced or you'll get more comfortable with whatever you're living right now. So you'll have to say a specific activity to your past self. What would that be? Yeah, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನೋಡು. Chat ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. We are already recording the session, so that shouldn't be a problem. So we want you to just type in your comments type in your insights. So we want to understand the audience better. So we want to understand what exactly you'll do. So if you have the superpower to go back to your past and say something yourself. Who got the permission? ಯಾರು ಅಲ್ಲ. Okay, the next one is you'll have to go forward in time and ask something from your future self. Is someone typing? I'm not able to see your answers here in the chat. The first question is go back in time and say something to your past self. And the second question is go forward in time and ask one thing to your future self. I am successful in my dreams to become a robotics engineer. That's it. I'll go. I started learning coding from 10th class only. Okay, you'll go, but you'll have to ask something, right? You'll have to ask or say something. That is how you get insights from the past and future. Come on, quick, quick, quick. We have a lot of activities to do. Awesome. Everybody talks about robotics. The community is good. So the next is the session two. So we are looking at some patterns about how exactly is robotics and other industries are coming up. Okay. So when we talk about mobility brands and we talk about computer laptop brands, so all of them have something in common. Okay. They have something called the industry support and the innovation, and all of them happen because of the invention, the industry, the innovation, and the adoption. So these four things are important for all of the industries to boom up. So previously in 1980s or 1970s, there was a lot of revolution going on. Who builds the fastest car? And that was the competition way back then. And that competition improved the mobility segment. Okay, right now we are living in the computer and mobile phone worlds, and this is where the competition gets even more tougher for the computer companies. So people like Apple, Samsung, they design like tons and tons of mobile phones every day, and there is a healthy competition going on to build the who's building this the good smartphone. So similarly, in the next 5 to 10 years, there will be competition about who builds the best robot, and that has already started. So some companies from the West, like Unity and Boston Dynamics, they have already started designing these robots, and they put it into a competition and asking them like which is a robot which is performing well. So that is a kind of future which we are envisioning. So to be part of the future, we need to understand what exactly is robotics and what exactly is the market around it, what it does exactly is the industry around it, and how does innovation happen, and how did the mass adoption follows. So just like how initially cars was not accepted in place of a horse, and slowly the pattern changes, and people start to buy a horse instead of cars, and now it is like people start to buying cars instead of horse. And similarly for phones, smartphones, laptops. So previously we were using desktops like bit CRT monitors, and right now, it's completely focusing on who builds the most lightest and fastest computer. So there is a sequence of years and years of innovations happening to make sure the end user and the UI UX is connected to the individual customers and perspectives. Okay, so that is how the industry shapes. Right now, the robotics, is how your Maruti Alto or your Maruti 800 has been launched. So that is the kind of industry which you're looking in for the robotics. It is just started. It is not yet advanced yet. So, but it is important to understand how these companies will be doing in the next couple of years so that we are aware of the technologies coming in, we are aware of the industry around it, and we are aware what are careers and futures opportunities around it. So every now and then we'll have to make sure like what is exactly is happening. So should be our primary focus to predict the future. And if you have to predict the future, you'll be having a very comfortable life. That is the entire vision and mission of this entire agenda. So when we compare the humans with the vehicles, okay, these are the technologies, these are the operational areas where we are looking into when we compare. So when we look at the brain of a human function, that can directly resonate with the ECU of a vehicular unit. Okay. And similarly for the heart, it compares to the engine. And for digestive system, it compares to the fuel system. Your lungs is compared to the air intake. Okay. Your nerve system, it's compared to the wiring and sensor technology. So your legs and muscles, it can be compared to the drivetrain and wheels. The skeleton can be compared to the chassis. Okay, the sweat glands and skin can be compared to the cooling gland. Similarly, all of these functionalities is compared to a real-time scenario of a human. So that is how we benchmark certain things. And when we compare the humans with computer and smartphones, so there are like brains are compared with your CPU and SOS systems. Your memory is to flash. Your heart is going to be the battery. The eyes is going to be the screen and camera. Your ears and mouth are speakers and mic. And these are like other technologies together. When we compare human with the robots, so this is where it gets very, very interesting. It's very complex. And see the number of comparisons which we are making along with a humanoid robot with a human. And the other insight is if you want to predict which technology is going to be doing better in this case, you just need to go back to this slide and understand the technologies from the right. So each and every tech which is listed here on the right side, the engine, fuel system, air intake, sensors, drivetrain, all of these are like $1 million industry. All of these. Okay. Similarly, when you compare with the smartphones, your SOC systems individually, your power units, your display, each and every unit of this display is a multi-million-dollar industry. So your biometrics, your swipe, your vibrates, your haptic sensors. So each and every haptic sensor, the science behind it is a $1 billion industry. So if I'm going to give you a template which is going to be the future of robotics, these are the segments. GPU clusters, SLAM processors, real-time ROS, your LiDARs, scene and object detection, NLP models, LLMs, 3D printer polymer links. So all of these are templates for you to start exploring them. And all of these technology will become multi-million-dollar industry in the next couple of years, and it's happening very fast. Okay, these joints, robotic joint assembly. Recently, we had a phenomenal amount of innovation coming in the robotics joint assembly segment. And this assembly segment is the reason why we are getting a lot of robots which are humanoid in form factor and they are doing a lot of competitions like they are doing marathons in China, they are doing combats. And all of these are happening because there was an innovation which happened for 10 years in Boston Dynamics and the robotic joint assembly was being developed. So all of these is the first thing for you to focus. And it starts with just with exposure. So the next activity which I'm going to show you is a question. So what kind of robot brands do you already know? Okay, just drop your answers in the comment. What is your favorite robot brands and why you like them? This is a small introduction. So it is like I need to give a preview about what exactly is going to happen. Like, so this is an exposure. So this is not a serious activity. Gaming robots. Yeah, Unitree Go. Yeah, that is a good brand. So at the end of this session, I'll ask this question again. And you should be able to tell me what is your favorite brand and what is your favorite functionality of that specific brand. ABB. ABB is a cobot. So we are talking about humanoid robots. iRobot is a movie. That's it. Zing humanoid robot. I have not heard about it. Lego. Lego are gaming toys. Systematics. Okay. So now I'm going to show you what are the robots which are available across the world. Is it visible? Yep. So this is a robot called UBTech, and it was a big thing in 2018. In Boston Dynamics research about self-balancing robots in 2008. They started this research in 2008. So they took almost like 7 to 8 years to master just this art of self-balancing and walking by two legs. So one full year they've been focusing on programming this robot to walk. The next year they've been programming this robot to run, and then they've been programmed to cross hurdles. Okay, that is how each and every year was improved. And only started dancing 2020. So this is my favorite part. Okay, just look at how these robots are performing. So this is the gala event in 2025, China. See the kind of movements this robot is doing. And in just 1 year, this happened. So just imagine how the robot was doing a very simple exercise and a much more complicated karate and kung fu in 2026 gala event. And this is by a company called Unitree. Okay, so all of the robots which you see in the social media channel, people buying it and using it for their dancing and their for their wedding ceremony, for their event. So all of this is the same robot. This brand is called Unitree, and the robot's name is G1. And this is my favorite part. Look at how it can do reverse, the same activity in reverse. And this is a question for you. Look, do you think this is AI? Drop your comments if this is AI or not an AI. Not an AI. Is it? AI. And guys, trust me, this is not an AI. So this is from a company called Engine AI. They are also from China. This is the behind the scenes of the same trailer which we saw sometime back. So this is the team behind it to shoot this, because to just fake that it should look like an AI, but it's actually not. And if you ask me personally, this is my favorite robot brand and robot model. So this is called T800 from Engine AI. So is this a mascot or is this a robot?
Does it? Snowman coming through. Newton works. Wow. Omniverse works. On top of NVIDIA Warp that we jointly developed with Disney and
Drop your thoughts in the
with
comments. Is
DeepMind
this
that
a
made it
mascot
possible for you
or
to
is
be
this a
able
robot?
to adapt to the physical world.
Terminating simulation.
So this is actually a robot, and you can see it operate it in the virtual environment.
Hello?
So why T800 is favorite me? It looks so menacing, no? It looks right from the future, right from the color of the robot until the movements, the seamless movement. And it has much more complicated joints compared to the Unity G1. And the team behind it is also like doing a phenomenal job in the design part compared to the Unity G1. So this is actually a robot. So when NVIDIA launched this, this was the biggest thing which ever happened to the robotics community across the world. So initially they design this robot and they make it to touch and feel the virtual environment. Okay, so even before it operates in the real-time world, it gets into the world of simulation. It starts to interact with objects, and
Instead
then
of relying
once it
only
comes
on
back
its
to real life,
hands,
it starts to work on its
Atlas
own.
uses its
So it
arms,
learns.
torso, legs, and even
And
body
the next 1
positioning to
month,
balance and support
Boston Dynamics
weight.
dropped this video.
That's something humans do automatically. But teaching a
A
robot
robot
to
was
move
able to
that
lift a
way is
refrigerator
incredibly difficult.
in a
The
single take.
developers say real-world work requires more than
It
just
just
vision and
started
precision.
and it was
Humans
able to
don't
pick up a
lift heavy
refrigerator and
furniture by simply
was
looking
able
at
to give it
it.
here.
We lean
The
into
reason behind this
objects, adjust our
seamless
grip, shift our balance,
function is because
and
it was
react to how the
trained
weight
in a
feels.
virtual environment
Atlas is being trained to do the same
for
thing.
millions of hours.
The robot learns through
And this is a
reinforcement
simulation
learning,
behind it.
which basically means
So
it
in the
practices
simulation,
tasks
the robot
millions
is
of
being
times in
trained
simulation
just like how you train
until
a
it
pet
figures
dog.
out the best way to
Okay,
adapt.
so
For the fridge
you
lifting
give that pet
demo,
dog
Atlas
an
trained with
activity, and once
countless
it does
virtual
good, you
versions
give
of the
a treat.
fridge.
And that
Some
is
were
how this
heavier,
robot
some
also
lighter,
learns how to
some
perform
positioned
an activity
differently,
right and how
and
to
some had
perform an
different
activity
friction on the
wrong.
floor.
So it understands
The
the
robot
difference, and
learned how
once
to
it performs
adjust
well,
to
it
all
takes
those
a treat. So it
changes
focuses on
without
performing
needing
well.
an engineer to manually program every movement. Instead of memorizing one perfect lift, it learned how to react to unpredictable situations. Training Atlas happens at incredible speed. Engineers can create a movement in simulation, train the robot on millions of virtual attempts using GPS, and then
So there are
transfer
like
that
tons
behavior
and
onto
tons
the
of
real machine.
research in hardware which
The
is
process
required to
starts
build
with
a
a
robot.
reference motion, sometimes just a simple animation showing what the robot should do. Then rewards are added, so the AI learns which actions lead to success. After enough simulation training, the behavior gets tested on the real robot. The developers openly say their approach is build it, break it,
At any
fix
point of time,
it.
if my audio is not
Real-world testing
receivable,
exposes
just drop me
problems
something in the
simulations
comments.
can't always predict, so the robot constantly improves through repeated
Yep.
iterations. One major breakthrough is how closely the simulations now match reality.
Okay, I'll just mute this audio so that my audio is clear. Okay, there are like researchers who are working in robotics for like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. They already learned about how exactly the fundamentals of robotics like 10 years back. So that is, they have a community. Okay, all of this happened because there is a culture around robotics across the West, across the Middle, and across the East. And I'll show you how the culture of robotics is aware. So there is an event called BattleBots Championship. How many of you are aware of this event? You might have seen in social media channels or some reels or some YouTube shorts. So the teams have to build a robot and they'll have to participate in a real-time scenario, a real-time fight, where you'll eventually know who built the best robot for combat. Awesome. And there is no age limitations for it. Like even like 10 years old and like 60 years old are building these robots for battle and they're bringing it to the competition. And this is a culture in the East, Japan. So these school kids, they build these humanoid robots and they bring it to a competition called Robo Arena. Each and every robot of these are customized. You can see the functionalities. And there is a referee robot also. And this is a self-driving car challenge. So this is a community in Germany which is working on this specific activity. So they design these self-driving cars just like your line follower robots. So what they do, they first drive that circuit manually for like 30 times, 40 rounds across it. And then once the competition starts, this car has to go around the track autonomously. So and it only has a camera module on top of it. Some of the algorithms which Tesla's having right now for the ADAS, okay, the autonomous car level 3, 4, 5, these algorithms are built by these community members. Okay, these are like very small community members who are working on very deep technology. Do you know some of these communities are spread across the world, but not in India? So they have multiple chapters, like in Singapore, even South Africa has some communities. Was it interesting?
Yes, interesting, sir.
Awesome. Now let me show you, like we are also trying to build a community like that to do robotics and research. Let me show what we are doing as a company.
உன்னோட ரெஃபரன்ஸை நீங்கள் இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணிக்கோ ம் என்னது எவ்வளோ லைக் எத்தனை பிக்சல் இது ஆக்சுவலாக
This is our R&D facility where we do product development, and all of these product development requires tons and tons of people, tons and tons of qualified people, and people who are committed to do one specific technology together. So we have one expert in electronics and PCB, we have one expert in programming, we have one expert who's working on AI, and someone is working on the design part. So all of these are required to build a product. Okay, you cannot build it like a software product, like a single man team. You can just design your own web browsers, host it, ask for clients, ask them to log in, pay. So that doesn't happen with robotics. You need an army of people. And this was our research and development for the boxing bots, which we have seen in the advertisements, which you have seen it next to me. We've almost spent around 30 lakhs just to design this robot. And the agenda is you cannot buy a Unitree G1 or an Engine AI's T800 or even NVIDIA's robot because those cost like 45 lakhs, 50 lakhs plus. At the same time, we personally want to build a community out of India where we also start to develop humanoid robotics. So we have two big problems. So one is a monetizing problem, who is going to buy, and the second thing is who is going to develop. Okay. Coming back to who is going to develop, we need like hundreds and hundreds of researchers and people who are already into robotics, and these people are the ones who are about to build these amazing robots which can compete on international standards. But right now, is it possible to get these people? No. No one has these kind of advanced tech experience or hands-on experience. Everyone has on paper. People are working on RAS, people are working on advanced robotics, but it's on projects. We've seen this tinkering labs across the schools, and a lot of robotics training centers which are doing tons and tons of programs to enrich these students. But the students are not able to build any product out of it. Okay, they just go to robotics class just like how they go to guitar class or a dance class. And this is a serious problem for us personally, because if you're going to build a robot, you need to have it within you, with your space inside your home. And that is how you can enhance these robots every day. You cannot leave all of your components in your school or in your college and come back to your home and work with the software part. No, it doesn't happen like that. You need to have a robot with you and you need to work on it every day, each and every day, improving it. So we worked on advanced operating systems, like we call it ROS, okay, robot operating systems. We work on jet racers, just you have seen the AI part. So all of these needs an exposure. Okay, some of our school principals, our college principals, even they are not aware of how hardware tech is developed. The only people who have access to is the IITs and some of the prestigious institutions we are aware of, tied up with foreign universities for their programs. So rest of these people, they are not even aware of what is a robot. So whatever we see in the social media for Jugaad is what we believe as a robot, but it is not. And people who are buying it from China, rebranding it and putting sticker that Indian robot companies are doing, built these robots. No, those are also fakes. Just like how we see in the Golgotha University example. So that is how we want to build a robot, but we need an army of people to it. So that is how Calum Robotics was formed. And we've already seen our testimonials. So we've been working on design, we've been working on electronics and robotics for 2 years. Autonomous. So this is our design facility where we turn all our visions into reality with precision and innovation. It's to be first visualized end to end. So our design journey is a collaborative effort with fewer than 10 experts working right now, and we explore multiple iterations fueled by AI cues. So this allows us to redefine the UGV possibilities, balancing intelligence and practicality. So teaming up with the Center of Excellence and Tamil Nadu government along with Dassault Systems, our designs undergo meticulous alteration and simulation, ensuring precision engineering is achieved. Rigorous testings. So we come in touch with real life. Okay, this is how a product is formed. So like, it takes like 6 months, it takes 6 years to build a specific platform, because you have like moving parts, like we are more than 100 to 200 moving parts inside it. And this compares the technology of a vehicle and compares it with integrates with the technology from the computer or a smartphone, the latest generation. We typically call it the marriage of the vehicular industry and the software industry. That is happening right now. Okay, and we also have patents across autonomous navigation tech. So we are trying to build platforms which can run autonomously from one part to another without any human intervention. The other big scam which we are not aware of is all of these robots which you see in social media channels. These are not autonomous. They do not move on their own. Okay, all of them have a remote controller, someone who controls it by remote. They work on behind the scenes. Okay, any humanoid robot or the robot dog which you see in social media channels, those are remote control. Those are not autonomous. So that is a very big tech which is even big players are afraid of touching it. So right from your robot vacuum cleaners, which can work on indoors, and you compare with a Tesla car, which works on the highway. There is no other technology or platform which can move between an indoor and outdoor space without any human intervention. That technology is not at all available and is not at all matured. So we are trying to build the technology and we have 3 patents around it. So these are some of the platforms which we have designed, which we have tested it. So this is our unmanned ground vehicle platform, which we have been working with the defense to deliver their end-to-end like last mile delivery, and it can be operated using a walkie-talkie and not controllers. Okay, so far, has it been interesting so far? Just drop in your feedbacks and we'll get into the next session. So we looked at the exposure, we looked at the products made by companies across the world and what CalM robotics, which we are doing in. Feedbacks. Next is a demo session. So before we get into the demo session, we'll get into the feedback mode. Yeah, it needs to be trained with data. Okay, outdoor autonomous navigation is very complex because there are two parts involved in it. So one is where exactly the robot is. For example, if I'm a robot, no, I need to have two data. Where am I and where am I going? To make it more precise, open your mobile phones and open Google Map. Okay, are you sitting inside your house, inside your building? Or let me also show you a demo in real time. You can check the same demo yourself. So just open your Google Maps and try to pinpoint to your location. I go to Google Maps. And I zoom into my location. Okay, but you can check this. No, I am sitting somewhere here inside this building and not this building. Okay, you can use the same exercise in your smartphones. So you can open your smartphone, I can zoom into the blue dot and just check whether it's accurately showing your location or it's having a tolerance of 5 to 6 meters around you. So this is the problem right now because your robot doesn't have the data of where it is and where it needs to go. So the Google Maps is the most advanced GPS. It's the most advanced technology. All of your smartphones have like the most advanced sensors, but even those advanced sensors are not able to accurately pinpoint your location or our location. When we talk in robot terms, it is like the robot's location. So when the robot is not knowing where am I, how will it will be able to move where it's going to do? That is a complex part which people have not talked about. So we have started working on it. Okay, so this is the kind of challenges which we are having. Yes, the meeting is recorded. Will be happening till 12 o'clock. So we have researched and developed this specific robot boxing kit. Okay, I'll show you a trailer of it. So there are two agendas involved. The first agenda is to develop the community of robotics and to make sure all of these robots are available inside your houses. Okay, you'll have to have these robots within keep in you. So we have designed like first manifesto point, like robot has to be costing in par with the smartphone. Just like how each and every of us have a smartphone, everyone should own a robot. Only then we'll be able to understand how a hardware meets with software, a hardware meeting with AI, or a hardware meeting with programming and coding. So only if we have it in hand, we'll be able to work around with it, tinker with it. And that is how we've developed this specific platform. And it has to build a culture and community around it. So we have designed a gaming mode. So once you build it, you start game. and how the Western and the Japanese are working on competitions, we are also planning a competition similar to IPL along with this robot. Like right now, it is so simple because we'll have to cost it in such a way. But when we are going in large numbers, the people who are working with these robots, they'll be able to design these and work more advanced version of this each and every year. Let me show you the trailer. So this is the vision and mission of CalM Robotics. So you'll have a team building a robot, okay, and they bring it to the arena. And why you can ask me why you call boxing. When we build a car and your friend builds a car, like how do you decide who builds the best car, who builds the fastest car? You put on it on a race. Similarly, when we build a robot, okay, and if my team is building a robot, your team is building a robot, how to define who's built the best robot is through a competition. And what is the best competition to validate a robot? Is going to be boxing. We've had this vision 3 years back, and right now we've seen a lot of media channels, a lot of Chinese robots started to do kung fu's and karates. So that is how you will evaluate a robot. Again, there's multiple functionalities. There is also shadow mode where you can have IMU sensors on your gloves, and without using your controllers, you'll be able to move it. This is our vision. Okay, now I'll show you a demo of this robot. Who is ready for a demo? Okay. And I'll just also show you a couple of other products which we are coming up with. So we have designed an entry level segment. So I'll just pass you. This kit is going to MRP is at 24,999. It's almost 25,000. But right now we are retailing it at like 14,999, only the product alone. But for this robotic challenge, the 10 days robotic challenge which we are going to talk about, we are going to give this robot as well as mentor you for 10 days and make sure like how you understand each and every component about the hardware, software, programming, and the cloud access. And there are some exercises on AI also. So all of these, the courses alone cost like 35,000 from our side. But we are going to offer the 35,000 for free because we are building this community. So for 14,999, you get access to this robot. We'll send you this kit, and every day we'll connect personally. This is going to be the entire team. So once we sign up for the entire program, the program starts at July 1. So once we start at July 1, the entire batch is going to be working on the same robot in their houses to build it, program it, customize, and compare it with your peer-to-peer friends. And we are going to monitor it. We are going to mentor everything together. So that is the roadmap. Okay. And for people who have not saying that like 14,999 is very costly. Come on, this is like you're building a robot. So you can, there is a challenge, no? You can get to Google. You can browse about humanoid-based robotic kits available in Google. And if you see something which is less than like 15,000, you just give it, show me a screenshot, and I'll send you kit this for free. And those are like 16 DOF. That we are not talking about 16 DOF robots. Okay, those are like traditional robots. Like we have built something first of a kind in India where people can work on it, customize it. The head you see, it's a 3D printed head. The gloves is also 3D printed. Okay, these are customization parts. You can do it on top of it. That we'll teach it at the end of like day 8 or day 9. For people who say that, okay, 14,999 is very, my voice is not clear. So for people who are saying that 14,999 is very early at this stage, I'm not ready, like I need some time. No, you can start with this small kit. So this kit is comes at like 4,999. This comes around 5,000. And the same agenda happens, no, for this 10 days. And you have sensors in it. These are like plug and play sensors. So we have an ultrasonic sensor and we have an ESP cam sensor. We have like temperature sensor. You can just swap in and swap out these sensors and connect your mobile phone to this, and you can program it and code it. And this is the circuit inside. So all of these are circuits and batteries is already available. So what you do, you just buy it, and every day we'll be connecting it, and we'll be teaching you how to program this and get the output. Okay, these are two products which we have already standby. This is like an beginner level segment, and this is your
My voice
intermediate.
is not audible.
Is my out clear? Hello? So this is an entry level programming kit. Okay, you can buy this for 4,999, and the same 10 days happens where you'll be learning how to programming it and code it using your mobile phone. So there is no complicated laptops requirements necessary. But with the robot boxing kit, you need a laptop to program it, and you need to have certain packages, which we'll teach you on day 2 and 3 about how to install those packages. So once you install those packages, you can program whatever you want in your mind into this robot and make it run. Okay? That is the kind of product which we are building. We are also building an advanced version of a robot. Okay, remember Boston Dynamics and Chinese were playing like tons and tons of amount of money and years and resources to build self-balancing robot. So this is a self-balancing robot. How many of you want to see a demo of the self-balancing robot? It's cute. It's one of a kind. Is a remote available? This is in research and development stage. Okay, we are launching it as a product. Maybe it might take another 2 to 3 months to launch it as a product. So for the boxing bus, it took us 8 months to do the research and development, and this we are currently doing it. So if I'm able to, I will not be able to push it. So this is the same research which has been happening. And what happens if I push it down? It will be able to pick it up itself. And even this is controlled by a PS4 controller. Your robot boxing kit also controls by a PS4 controller because we want to get building the gaming community. We want to build a community of people where you can compete with each other. That is a core vision and mission. So I'm going to move it. So once we launch this product, we'll keep you posted. Right now we'll only talk about boxing balls. Aditya. So the same technology of self-balancing robot can also be induced into this boxing bots. Okay, and that will take some time. We'll teach you how, and you can build it. There are already teams from IITs who already built it. They have converted this robot into a self-balancing robot. Okay, and then we have movements like the arm, okay, and the shoulder, and we have movements on the hip, okay, and we have front and back. And there are some special moves, special codes which is available on this area. Okay, these are called special moves. If you have played Mortal Kombat, okay, then these are special moves. For example, if I say block, this is block, and if there is punch, this is like punch, and this is your winning gesture. Okay, once you win a game, you can just put this, and there's going to be a charge. Okay, and this comes as a kit. Kit. So this comes as a kit, and inside the kit you will find all the hardware which are dismantled, and you will be giving you a guide where the assembly manual is available. And once assembly manual is there, every day will be a checkpoint. So it will take 1 or 2 days for you to assemble this robot completely, and it will take 1 day for you to set up your laptops with respect to the libraries, with respect to the drivers installed to program this robot, and that will take another day. And I'll show you a day wise list of activities in a image. I'll share you those data. Now, who wants to control this robot? So whoever is going to chat first, like I want to control this robot, you'll get a special access to controlling this robot right from your house. if you want to control this robot right from your house, just comment, I want to control this robot. We'll show you a demo of how exactly anyone from anywhere will be able to control this robot right from their house. SM Spurti, you have been selected. Application name. SM Spurti, just send us a hi message, no, in your WhatsApp. From your WhatsApp, just send me a hi message. I'll share you the credentials. You need to download an application called Blink. Yes, you can see this. We call this a platform. Okay. So on top of this platform, you can do whatever creative things you want to do. So if you can have a servo motor attached to the head, you can make it move the head. Okay, so that all depends on your creativity. We want people to build everything on top of that, so that in 2 to 3 years, this robot boxing kit will be like the Chinese robots or the American robots which you've seen in movies. Application name. Our ping meter upon it. Purti, have you texted us?
Yeah. I texted you.
Download an application called Blink. BLYNK is our code option.
Okay, Blinkit app,
Credentials.
right?
Yes, Blink.
Blink app.
Not Blink it, Blink.
Oh.
Blink.
Yeah, Blink app.
Credentials. இல்ல இதோட யூசர் ஐடி பாஸ்வேர்ட் மட்டும் சொல்லு. அதான் இது டைப் பண்ணிப்பா. இந்த இமெயில் ஐடி டைப் பண்ணி வந்து அனுப்புறேன். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இமெயில் ஐடி அனுப்புறேன். So in that Blink app, put in the email ID and password, which I am going to send it to you in message.
Okay.
Anyone else who wants to control this robot, you can also give your comments. We'll go in, at least we'll take 2 or 3 volunteers to do this exercise. Password. Sandy company password. இதுல வருமே. இதுல சேஞ்ச் பாஸ்வேர்ட் இருக்கு. இதுல சேவ் பண்ணிருக்கேன் பாஸ்வேர்ட் பாருங்க. ம் இது அனுப்பிச்சு விட்ரு. We are sending you the password. So you need to log in with this email ID and password.
Yeah. Already I logged in. Can you send me email ID? Already I put it there.
Yeah.
I want password.
The others who, if you have any doubts or queries, you can put it in the chat box. Yes. So once you've logged into the application, you might see joysticks.
Something went wrong. The email ID or password is wrong, it's showing.
Correct check பண்ணுங்க. இங்க இருக்க போதும் நீங்க பசங்க இந்த பக்கம் வந்துருங்க. So only 2 kits for 10 days program, or there is another kit as well? No, this is the one kit. Robot boxing kit is what we'll be sending you for this 10 days program. So this is more than enough for you to understand the basics of robotics, how to understand programming, coding, and cloud-based activity APIs, and also AI. So there are some AI programs also available during this.
Yeah, I'll log in it, sir.
Are you able to see joysticks?
Yeah. Just I open after boxing boat is there. LED and
Yes.
fan control via Bravo is there.
No. Go inside boxing bots. First one.
Okay. Yeah, in that all joystick I have seen. The device is there in offline. It's showing.
Yeah. So now we are connecting this robot to our. Okay, this is a remote controlled one, and this robot is the one which you are going to control. So right now we are going to have a competition where I work on real time, you work from online. Are you ready?
Yes, ready.
Just try to move. I think it's the device is online. Your device is online. Are you able to see?
No, I'm not able to see.
No, you'll have to see from the video and you'll have to control it from your mobile. Just try to walk around with those options and we'll check whether the robot is moving here or not. Yes,
It's
we are
going.
able to see it move. And guys, like she is programming, she is controlling it. The robot on the left is hers. Your name, your good name?
Spurti.
Your Spurti's robot is going to participate with Harish's robot here. Come on. Hit. I have given you a stronger robot, so it is easy for you to defeat me. I'm so close now, you can just give the attack mode. Try to move it forward. You can use the options on the above, no? Mallet options.
It's there in off, sir.
Yes. You're moving it.
Okay. Because I'm not able to see right background, that's why.
However much I try, I won't be able to defeat your robot. Who else want to have a trial of this? So if you want to have the same trial, yeah, just drop us a comments and we'll add you to this profile and you'll be able to control this robot. So coming back to the challenge, okay. So our important agenda of this entire meeting is the challenge which we are working on. So we've been doing these workshops across multiple institutions. Okay, and all of these institutions, no, they used to have a proper curriculum and they used to have a course, like 6 months, 1 year. And then once we start to get into the world of taking classes, teaching them, okay, they've been so restless about certain things. So they want to learn everything so quickly. Okay, they want to learn a 6 months robotics course in like 1 day. They want to learn in 2 days. So teach me the entire thing in 2 days. How many of you want to learn and build this entire robot in 1 day or 2 days? Okay, it's not possible. But we gave it a try. So we gave it a try. We were trying to pull down the entire curriculum to 10 days and make sure like you'll understand the process of the architecture end to end. So we have built this plan. Okay. So this 10-day challenge of this specific robot is can be compared to a real-time humanoid robot, which we have seen from Unitree and Boston Dynamics. Okay. So day one, we'll be talking about the kit, the components on the hardware. Okay. And the day two, we'll be working about installing the softwares required to control this robot. Okay. And that has a lot of components within it. They're like sub components and micro components. So from that, we'll be picking up a micro modular called microcontroller called ESP32. So that ESP32 that can be directly compared with your embedded systems and edge devices of these humanoid robots. And therefore, we'll be working on programming motors and servos. Okay, these can be compared to your motor joints or actuators from your real-time humanoid robotics. And day five, so the PS4 controller, which we have seen, okay, you will be working on how to connect this gaming controller to the robot. So that also needs a certain setup in your laptop. And we'll be installing all of those packages and drivers so that the player controller is connected with the robot. Okay, day six, we'll be using up some basic codings like moving forward, backward, left, and right. Okay, and day seven, we'll be working on special moves. For example, you need to control five servo motors and four BO motors together. So instead of single programming moves, you need to combine all of these together on a single button, like your triangle, X, and box. So that we'll be looking at day seven. And day eight, we can make it move autonomously. For example, it cannot avoid obstacles, but it can record your buttons. Say like it can record 5 seconds of your play, and it can replay those 5 seconds automatically. We call it like just like your cruise control in your cars. So that kind of autonomous activity can be achieved. That we'll be working it on day eight. And day nine, we'll be working on this specific control from anywhere module where it is connected to the internet. And you can also ask your friends to operate the robot from your houses. Okay, and in day 10, we'll teach you how to customize all of these things together. So how we have a single design file. Okay, the entire design file is open source. So you have access to the entire design. And once you have access to the entire design, you can build designs on top of it. And we'll be also assisting you to design and 3D print those images, for example. So this is the open source design file. Yes, once you have this file within you, so you can design your own head, you can design your own shoulders, body, gloves, head. Some of our students have designed swords and armors. Some of them are designing like Iron Man. So they have designed Iron Man like helmets. They have designed something like a gun, okay, like a weapon, barrel weapon. So in their shoulders. So these are some of the customized options which are available with the kit. So we'll teach you how to customize this robot so that it stands out from the rest. And all of these additional packages, okay, including the course is going to be completely free, the mentoring. I'm going to be your robotics course coach for 10 days of this program. And each and every day, I'm going to evaluate whether you built it right, you have achieved the benchmarks, and you've learned something that day. And you'll also competing with your teammates. So once you compete with the teammates, you'll be already having natural ability to work on it, improve it, and benchmark it. Okay. And please don't tell me you don't have time to do it. Okay. We have tons and tons of time. Okay. We are having 7 to 8 hours in our average screen time, no, in our mobile phones. We instead of swiping for like 30 minutes or 1 hour, that 30 minutes and 1 hour is more than enough for you to progress every day. So each and every day, like 1 hour of activity will be given the previous day. And the end of the day, like 7 p.m. or 8 p.m., depending on the batch, they are a call. So when we say that, okay, let's connect at 7 p.m., we'll connect at 7 p.m. We'll make sure like all of the team members have achieved that day's progress. And we'll talk about the next day agenda. So once about next day agenda, then we'll work on the alternative days. So if there is any doubts or queries, we'll be assisting you like 24/7 in the WhatsApp group. So anytime if there is some issues, the entire team, our team is available and your team members are available. So we'll work together to solve your issues, your problem, so that when we connect in the evening, we are sorted it out. What about self-balancing robots? Self-balancing robot, we haven't converted into a product yet. So that is in research stage. But you can use that technology to build it on top of this. Okay, that is a separate product, separate robot. But you can use some of those spare parts, and that will not take 10 days, that will take up to 2 to 3 months. So that is a bigger course, which we are not able to shrink it down to 10 days. So who's up for this challenge? So in all of this, the kit costs like 24,999, and the course costs about 35, and a 60,000 worth of equipments and packages and the time which me and my team is going to give it to you, and everything is going to be given to you at like 14,999. And for 14,999, you can just show off your skills to your friends and family. You'll understand about what exactly is going to be the future career of robotics, and you'll be also part of the Calum team. So you'll be access to our community. So anytime if you have any doubts or queries, you can reach out to us. And there are certain internship opportunities coming in. Like once in 6 months, we used to do research and development. We used to handpick certain people. We used to host them in our robotics lab, and we used to give them access to our facility. So all of these will be open once you've been part of the Calum community. And our agenda is to bring and nurture like an army of people who know how to build a robot. And once they start to build a robot, we'll become the benchmark with the international products, whatever we have seen. So that is our end goal. So any other doubts or queries? Anyone else want to control this robot from their home? Just let me know if you want to have a demo. I'll also show you one more content. So it doesn't stop after you build this robot. Okay, we'll be having a series of competitions, and you need to build your robot and you need to bring it to the arena, and you'll have to win the tournament. Okay, let me show you a sample which we have conducted. So this is how the robot boxing tournament is going to be. So we'll be hosting it in every city. And once we are hosting it, you will be bringing in your robot and you'll be participating in it. So once our community is bigger, we'll conduct these kind of events in each and every cities. Audio is not audible. Does it look interesting? So we have certain timelines for this program. Okay, so we are starting this program on July 1. Okay, so July 1, I'll just drop it in the comment section. July 1 is the start of the challenge. And we need 4 to 5 days minimum, and it can take up to 7 to 8 days maximum for us to ship the kits. Okay. So when we have a buffer about a week, so we need to ship these kits before 23rd of June. Okay, and for that, we need to make a confirmation from your side whether you are part of the program or not. So there will be a small registration fees to make a confirmation, and you'll have to pay 14,999 before like 23rd June or like 22nd, and 23rd June we'll start to skip. So the last date of application payment is 22nd June. And there is a confirmation. So we'll share you a Razorpay link. And once you register it for 999 today, we'll freeze you a slot, and we'll also start to package your kit and components so that we are ready to ship by 22nd. So if we are able to get a confirmation by today, we'll be able to send out these kits on time so that our batch in July 01 starts. Any other doubts or queries? So the next 20-30 minutes is going to be open for Q&A. So if you want any Q&A, if you want to learn more about the future scopes of robotics and courses, just let us know. We'll be happy to help you out.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi. Any certification is there for this one?
Yeah, of course. We'll give you certifications. Once you're part of
Yeah,
the
why?
community, yeah.
Why? Because just I worked as a robotic trainer from past 2 years, from the
Okay.
STEM and up to Arduino, I know.
Hmm.
Now I am taking the course like AML and data analysis. In that, the robotic engineer is field is right. For that purpose, this certificate will be useful for me or not?
Yes, it can be useful. We've also seen some profiles of people who are also running a tech centers. So it is like we also send out these kits for you to train. Okay, so you can also use these kit. There is a B2B segment available for us with a minimum order quantity. Once you order it in minimum or MOQ mode, you'll be able to use our kit. You can take robotics classes in your place. You can also do passive learning from your side.
Okay. Uh, any internship module is there from your side?
Internship model, there are already a lot of people waiting on it. So we have requested for internship like 3 months back, and we already finalized those profiles. So our next internship will be opening by end of this year.
Okay, where is the location for the internship, like online or any in
Chennai.
Bangalore, anything
You
special?
cannot do you cannot do robotics training in online.
Yeah. That's why I'm asking.
Yes, we are here in Chennai.
In
Our
Chennai.
R&D center is in Chennai.
Okay. From your side, you can have any help from the for job purpose also.
Yeah. We are connected with the government of Tamil Nadu for multiple projects. So we have access to almost 250 colleges and 400 plus industries across Chennai and Coimbatore. Chennai, Hosur and Coimbatore.
Okay. May I know your office in Chennai? Where is the location?
We are located in Thiruvanmiyur, ECR. Okay, I'll repeat about the challenge again. So for this 10 days,
Hello.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, my voice is audible for you.
Yes, you're audible. You're audible.
Yeah, yeah. Where is the location in Chennai?
We are from Thiruvanmiyur, ECR, Chennai.
Okay, okay.
So this is the 10-day robotics learning journey. Okay, so we'll be competing with each other. So if the entire team is there from our side and the batch members are available, so each and every day, these are the challenge topics which you need to do using the kit which we send it to you. So the day one, it's like kit and components hardware testing. So we'll teach you about the hardware parts. What are the different parts of hardware, the robot architecture, and how the robot is powered. So we'll talk about the batteries available, what kind of batteries which we are using. And day two, we'll completely focus on preparing your laptop to do the programming part. So your laptop needs certain packages, it needs certain drivers to be installed so that it can start to talk with the robot. So that is your day two. So we'll also talk about the benchmarks with the real-time humanoid robots are doing. And the day three, we'll start basic programming. Okay, we're using microcontroller called ESP32. Okay, and day four, we'll be working on programming these motors and servos individually, not as a group, individually. Okay, so only after like day 6 or 7, you'll be completely building this robot. Until then, you'll be learning each and every components. Yeah, and day 5, you have your PS4 controller. So you install the packages and drivers for controllers into your laptop so that the controller talks to the laptop and the laptop talks to the robot. Okay. And then day 7 is where your customization starts. So by day 6, you'll understand how to end-to-end program, just like how we've seen the demo. So you'll understand how the entire thing is happening. And by day 8, you'll be working on day 7 and 8, you'll be working on moving it autonomously, controlling it using special moves, and connect your robot to the Wi-Fi, and you can access it from anywhere across the world. Okay, there are some features and applications where you can just drag and drop the buttons. And once you drag and drop the buttons, you'll be able to control this robot even from 1,000 miles away. And day 10, we'll talk about how to design anything on top of this robot. So we have CAD files, we have your SolidWorks step files. So you will use those to design and 3D print spares on top of the existing platform. Plus, there are some certain aspects of internal customization. If you want to do PCB customization, we'll teach you how to do it. So like 6 slots, additional slots available in the carrier board. So inside this, you can add 6 more sensors on top of this robot. For example, if you're going to add an ESP camera module, okay, this robot can act as a remote CCTV inside your house. Okay, just like how your IP camera or CCTV cameras fixed to the wall, this robot can be used as a surveillance robot inside your house. So you can move it from the hall to kitchen or kitchen to bedroom, and you can watch it from like 1,000 miles away. So those kind of projects are also possible and doable on top of this robotics kit. So in 10 days, you'll be learning all of these together. This is the template for getting into the world of robotics, your hardware, software, plus electronics. So all of these things together, we'll be looking into.
Can you explain the program also, how it will work?
Program.
Yeah.
Explaining the program will take a couple of hours.
Yeah, because the program is there means we also know how to upload in the Arduino Solid, but we know the program how to work.
You want the detailed line by line code of the program?
Yeah. Why? Because whenever we had to go for the interviews or any other purpose, they will ask how the program will work by line, that right? Yeah, that's
We'll
why.
definitely teach you that. That is what this 10 days challenge is for.
Okay,
I cannot teach it you in like 10-15 minutes.
okay.
And right now with AI, cloud code and other things, no, that I'll also teach you how to integrate those specific aspects into your code as well. So you'll know how to code line by line, as well as you'll also know how to vibe code the entire robot. So both of these things will be covered during the program.
How many projects we will do?
You can open the internet and check for ESP32 based IoT projects. There's like thousands and thousands of projects available using the microcontroller here, and it's up to your time and activity. Like we also give more than like 20 plus programs and codes, and there are like 100 plus available in the repository.
Okay,
So just like Unity.
when
Yeah.
you are sending the kit, in that we have program code also is there.
Yes. So we'll be sharing your repository and give me a second, I'll share you the assembly guide. So this is the assembly manual. Okay, we'll be sharing this assembly manual, and we'll also be sharing the code, the basic code structure. So using this, you need to assemble this entire robot, and using the program which is send you, you can flash it into the control microcontroller. You can start working with it. Okay. Any other doubts or queries?
No, nothing.
The price of the program is 14,999. And today, if you are going to confirm us using the application fees, we'll reserve you a slot because we also need to ship these kit to you. So it has to reach you at the right time before the program starts. So before like 22nd, you might need the complete 14,999 payment. Any other doubts or queries? Yes, the 4 triple kit is also available. Okay. Just confirm us the registration amount. I'll share you a payment link. So in this 4 triple 9 kit, you'll be learning about the same ESP module. The both of these kit use the same microcontrollers. Okay, the only thing you'll not be learning is about the motors and motors and actuators. So I am sharing you the admission fees payment link. So once you confirm these admission fees payment link, then we'll also connect with you individually to understand about what exactly are you expecting out of this program, and then we'll proceed with the program fees. So there are two fees. Like program fees is 14,999. Can you tell me the roadmap for robotics engineering? Yes, I've already shown you the blueprint in the presentation. Yeah, I can also share you this presentation individually. Just drop me a message in WhatsApp. I'll share you this presentation to you. And if you want to connect with me personally, LinkedIn, I'll also share you my LinkedIn profile. We have a lot of projects. We had something like building in public challenge. So we had to build a robot, and we each and every day we've been showcasing it to the world using LinkedIn. So all of those articles, all of those, we've been also part of defense projects. So we did 3 times defense trials. So all of these, you can check it in my LinkedIn profile. Any other doubts or queries from your side? So if we are not having any doubts or queries, my team will be connecting with you individually to understand about your expectations, and then we can take things forward. So we'll share you some of our R&D projects which we have been doing. Okay, someone has opened up the kit. 4 is not possible. I've been asking for um, humanoid robotics, not your basic electrical and electronics kit. Try for robotics kit. Robotics kit, India. I'll go to shopping. Okay, so we these Avishkar is like, these are not robotic kits, no? These are like science kit. Okay, you see this, there's a 19-degree humanoid robotics kit at 1,30,000. And there's something in called Mind Storms for 75,000. 10-in-1 STEM robot kits. Does it look like a robot? I don't think it looks like a robot. Does anything else look like a robot? The same robotics kit when I type it as China. Robots in China. Okay, I'm looking at. Okay, so all of these robots are what we've seen. When I say robots in India. We've been working with this robotics company a couple of years back. And these are just iPads on top of your day-to-day, like these are like stands, mobile stands for iPads. These are not robots. Any other Q&As, any other doubts or queries?
What components you will send that courier?
Okay, I'll show you those things. So these are the complete list of components which is inside the box. Okay, so the kit has BO motors. It has 4 BO motors, 5 servo motors. You have a PS4 controller. Okay, it's a real-time PS4 controller. You can also use it for gaming. And there is an ESP32 module. We have a buck voltage converter. There are motors, wheels. There is a 2-cell 18650 lithium-ion battery. And you'll have programming cables. And there's like spares of nuts and bolts. Okay, and there is adapter to charge the robot. So all of these plus there'll be like additional spares like extra wires, and there'll be extra screws and bolts. And all of the robotic kit is completely made of plastic and acrylic. So you'll have plastic and acrylic components as the robot's platform, and you'll have some electronics, you'll have some mechanical parts. Any other doubts or queries? Can 5K be discounted? Sir, my manufacturing cost is 13,000. I'm only having 1,000 rupees profit. I want to make sure like the kit goes out to more and more people and more people come and influence into robotics. So we have a special 6-month hand holding program, and that program cost us a lakh. Okay, so that program, once you're part of the 1 lakh program, so you'll be building a product out of it. So you'll be not only learning robotics, so you'll be learning about 3D printing. You'll also be learning about designing. So CAD designing is involved. And for first month, we'll be sending you this home robotics kit. For the third month, we'll be sending you a 3D printer. And by fifth month, we'll be sending you an electronic blower station. So the entire STEM lab is set up at your house, and we'll be mentoring you online. And this is for people who are building their portfolios for doing masters abroad. So there are some students who want to do masters abroad. For that, they need to build their portfolio. So our portfolio building program cost a lakh. And by the end of 6 months, we'll be delivering a product, and we'll also assist you on how to apply for those masters programs. So some of our students have applied, they have got masters in Stanford. And we are also working with some students right now. I'm mentoring some students who are going to be part of the World Robotics Olympiad. So if you're not aware of World Robot Olympiad, so that is like the Olympics for robots. So once you're part of the 6 months handholding, we will be putting you into certain teams, and you'll be participating in international competitions. So there are a lot of things happening across the world. Okay, and this 14 is going to be accelerating you from your regular consumer centric people. That is it. And I'm not selling a software here. So all 14 is not my profit. My profit is just like 1,000 rupees or 1,500 rupees from individual people. So my goal is to inspire at least 1,000 or 2,000 people to come into this program, so that even I have an army of people. So if I want to take some big time defense projects, I can directly ask the community here. I can take an interview. I can hire them. So I also have experience with working with during this 10 days. So I know who are the people who are doing good, who are not doing good. So I'll have this data. I'll have this complete people who are into the community. So that is also part of this agenda and mission. So my team, my students are going to participate in this World Robot Olympiad this year. So they've already been selected. They'll be traveling to Qatar by November. I think it's happening or Qatar or I think it's California. I'm not sure. You can also explore about this competitions. There is something called Technosian, which is just national wide. It's happening in India, regional wise competitions. So once you're part of the community, we'll push you to participate in these kind of events. Okay, only then you'll be part of the culture of robotics. There's something called Technosian. So we are also mentoring 4 to 5 teams who are participating in Technosian this year. So like they are see 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 challenges for this. So there is something called RC race, drone racing circuit, WRC bots combat, robo soccer, robo race. So you need to build robots and you need to participate in these platforms. And if you win it, then your robot is the best and you've been trained right. So that is the kind of validation which we get. Okay. Any other doubts? We have 8 minutes more, so I can take like 1 or 2 queries, or else we can wind it up. So my team will get in touch with you individually. This robot is a robot pair, Navin. Reachy Mini. This is a robot we procured from China. China, then Reachy Mini, and this is costing. This is costing $500, which means it's somewhere around 50,000, 50 to 55,000. This is also important. Do you provide paid internships for undergraduate? We have a program where you need to pay us because we are teaching you all of these components. We are hosting you, and during our research, the entire team stays in a single place 24/7. So that's a separate internship fellowship program. That program also we have, but you will have to pay us a charges. So this is our internship uh, program. We call it like fellowship program. So you will have access to materials worth of that is the yeah. So we have access to Fab Labs across Chennai, Hosur, Coimbatore. So all of these Fab Labs, you'll have access to these Fab Labs for 6 months, okay, which has more than like 10 crores of components and electronics invested in. You'll have access to design-based software from TANCAM. These are like a center of excellence from Dassault Systems. If you are aware of SolidWorks, CATIA, and 3D Experience, those software access. And then you'll be having our own Calam Robotics Lab. So all of these equipments are worth like 12 lakhs, 13 lakhs of equipments in a consolidated manner for 6 months. If you're going to utilize them, this is the cost. And during this 6 months, you'll get access to work in a defense-based project. And once you're cleared our stressful work of things, you'll be handpicked to work with our core team. And during this entire 6 months, if you are going to travel anywhere for events, we'll be traveling together. So your travel, stay, and food will be covered by the team. So for this fellowship program, internship program will cost a lakh. So these are like other programs which we are running. Any other doubts or queries? Then shall we wind up? Thank you
Okay.
so much for being part of this introduction webinar. You're already part of our community, the Boxing Bots community. So you can just reach out to any of us if you have any doubts or queries. Can be anything generic also with respect to robotics. We are also building a community. So we are always open for Q&A, or always open for queries. If you are going to see any robot-based content online in social media, and if you want to know what exactly is happening behind the scenes, drop those social media comment in those links. We'll try to decode it. We'll try to understand how those robots are working in real time. Okay, and if you want to know whether this robot is real or fake, share it with the community. Within the community, we'll have a discussion about how exactly these guys pulled it off. So those kind of conversations are also open for us in the community section. Done. Thank you so much for spending your time. So we'll wind up. I'll make sure my team is following up with you to understand your perspectives also. So once we get a clear perspective, we'll also make some preparations from our side as well as requests from your side to take things forward. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much for
much.
joining us.
Thank you so much. We can understand so much about from you. Thank you for giving the good
Awesome.
science and good knowledge.
Done. See you soon on the 10 days challenge. I'll be waiting for your feedbacks. I'll be waiting for your admission forms, admission fees.
Okay,
Have a
bye.
nice day. Thank you.
Hello. Hello.